Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Fallout 4 series of the Bleachers to the Fens Sheriff's Department, where today we are back here in the Sheriff's Department itself after our little foray to Nuka World to get the information on the Colonel. And we did gather what we needed after a little bit of a firefight with gunners and also a fair number of raiders at Nuka World too. Good times. And so yeah, now we need to go and turn in our findings to the Sheriff's Department, but before I do that, I'm actually going to hit up Delano over at the counter, because we gathered a fair number of synth components, including a couple more I found on some of the gunners we killed last episode, after I was looting them off cam. So, let's sell them. Oh my god, come on. There we go. Let me get closer. Maybe every time I try and move my mouse, it goes away. No, I just want it. Stop going away. Stop going away. There we go, I got it.
The streets one toaster at a time.
Oh, I forgot how little bottle caps we get for that. Aw, man. Alright, I'm out later, Delano. Only 400 for 8 synth components. Oh well, to the sheriff we go. Let's go and turn in this info and let them know what's what. Sheriff!
Hey there. Report.
Well, a lot happened.
Dunmore homestead where the caravan said it'd be.
Mm-hmm.
What did you find out about the Dunmores and this colonel person?
Oh, they just love you, Sheriff.
Oh, yeah.
If they didn't hate me, it would mean we weren't effective. Elaborate.
I hope you got coffee. This is a long one.
You know, it's not really that
Dad
long.
and I are going for coffee when we're done here. Feel free to join us.
You know, I think I just might. Gotta get the taste of Nuka World out of my mouth. Anyway.
That ain't no lie. Suffice to say, the Colonel ain't thought of nothing but killing you since Hangman's Alley.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, that gunner attack on Diamond City years ago, the one that killed the Oaks family, that made you famous and started the FSD? It wasn't an ordinary attack. It was an attempt at conquest, occupation, and resettlement. Diamond City was to become Gunner City. They wanted to do what those raiders in Nuka World pulled off. Keep supply lines open, keep the economy going, and make it their home. So they got it in their heads to look for gunners who were family members of each other to compromise the assault force. You know, root down, turn the metal shack into a home, and be there long term. Maybe fart out a little gunner or two.
Huh.
And this colonel was tasked with seeing the operation carried out.
Not the smartest move for anyone who's a historian of military conflicts, but I suppose gunners don't care if entire families get annihilated.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Had a force
Hadn't thought about that before.
of parents and their adult children, husbands and wives, siblings, in-laws, and cousins. And at the helm was the colonel, who brought both of his sons and his brother on the assault operation.
I see where this is going.
Yep.
Don't take a rocket surgeon.
Don't
Exactly.
rocket surgeon. Jesus, Lily.
You know that thing you did where you launched the flare to get their attention, then decorated River Street with the prisoners? Turns out the colonel watched both his sons and his brother go up on those lampposts, gagging and kicking at the clouds while Diamond City cheered. Not saying he didn't have it coming, but you ended his family line that day.
I mean, technically not. He's still alive. He can continue it.
You helped about 75% of them shake their mortal coil, while the last 2 of them watched them across the river. They left the gunners to raise their mutual niece, made an orphan on that day.
So, in looking to slaughter entire families in Diamond City, this colonel instead found himself on the receiving end of his own objectives.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure the irony is lost on them. The troubles we've had with them recently, this entire venture is external of the gunner organization. This is all the colonel. This is all about vengeance. And this is all about hurting you, our friends, and what we've built here. Don't get me wrong, the Dunmores will love to strangle you with your own entrails too. But they moved past it to raise their adoptive daughter.
This is why any officer worth their salt won't put a family in such a position.
Yeah.
But, as Dan said, the gunners don't care about their troops.
Did you get a location?
I did actually. Vault 816, the beast from the east.
The
Apparently no voice acting there.
Oh, you're the history buff, Dan. Lay it on us.
During the early half of the 21st century, mankind underwent a dramatic dumbing down, not seen since the burning of the Library of Alexandria.
Okay, that might be a bit of a stretch.
Terminals, interconnected on a decentralized civilian network, allowed for the unrestricted free movement of information and misinformation. Facts were replaced with fantasy as experts became marginalized and people started to believe whatever they wished. Many of these movements adopted ideas incompatible with sustained multi-generational life in the confines of a vault and took them as gospel.
What sort of ideas?
Nobody knows. According to the merchants, the children of Adam occupy it, and they built up the outside like a fortress. They've been there as long as anyone can remember, and they're not interested in history. Nor are they interested in allowing outsiders access to any terminals which would yield answers.
Okay.
The only thing that is for sure is Vault Tech routed all paying customers subscribing to these beliefs into this one vault to
Dear
protect
God.
the others. That made it the largest vault east of the Mississippi River, hence the so-called Beast from the East nickname.
That's the other thing that was mentioned. This colonel took Vault 116 from them shortly after the defeat, slaughtered every last one, I'd imagine. There are supposedly some of his troops around the entrance dressed up as cultists to keep outsiders away. It's all a cover.
You're the head scout, Crenshaw. Can you add anything?
No, and that's the problem. The vault's been a black box for as long as anyone could remember. Children of Adam don't let anyone near the entrance. Seems to have worked so well that no one even noticed when the gunners took the vault from them and put up the coat facade.
Ironic the Colonel achieved with the Vault in an ancillary operation what he couldn't achieve with Diamond City as his main operation.
You know, yeah.
Total and seamless replacement of the population.
Irony doesn't seem to be the Colonel's strong suit.
Really doesn't.
Lily,
I don't know anything about 816 that Crenshaw didn't mention. Just it's a black hole where nobody goes and the cultists have it. Had it, at least.
This will make planning difficult, to say the least.
one thing is for certain. We're not going to be waiting around to be hit again.
Well, that
We're
seems fair.
going there, and we're going to finish this once and for all.
Ooh, fun.
And of course, Lily's sidekick here.
God damn it, Sheriff.
Good work on escorting Crenshaw to the Dunmores. Here is your payment. Did you have any questions?
I mean, I always have questions. You really don't have to call me her sidekick, you know?
You've lived longer than most of the previous ones. You've earned it. Wear it with pride.
I don't.
Somewhere.
At best, she's mine. I'm the one who's doing all the damn work. So, do you need me for anything else?
Most likely, yes. We are still decrypting the chip from the courser that Crenshaw procured. It is yielding results.
Mm-hmm.
And the holotapes that Lily
I forgot about that
procured from the
courser.
railroad safe house are likewise being analyzed.
I forgot about those
They
too.
will yield actionable intel.
Are you gonna go after the railroad? Yeah, I forgot about those holotapes. It's just the whole mess around that. So, what's next?
It will take time to plan, weigh, and decide on various options. But an assault of this vault in some capacity is in order. We will contact you when we are ready to move.
Got it.
You've been a reliable hired gun this far. We'll need some time to consider all of this and plan a number of strategies.
Makes sense.
And coffee. I said count me in for the Slocums.
Oh, I could use some coffee
Word
too right
from
now.
Terry is that Terry is working really hard on dressing up the place. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
of course. Anyone here is invited. Lieutenant, bring the walkie-talkie we recovered from the gunners. It may yet prove useful.
Uh-huh.
Sir?
I'll meet you over there. I'm gonna drop off my power armor first.
Excellent work, everyone. Expect to hear from us in the next 48 hours.
48 hours?
Dismissed.
Okay, alright. First off, Lily has dismissed me. God damn it, Lily. I do all the damn work around here. We're definitely going to go follow them to the Slocum Joes because I'm intrigued. Like I said, was it last time? I think it was last time that we've never seen people in there. But, oh no. Is Terry going to be taking over the Slocum Joes? I was saying last time about the whole, well, there's no one that runs the place, so no one's ever in here. Oh no. Terry. Oh, God. Well, let's follow him. I'm going to see everyone hanging out at the Slocum Joes. Like I said last time, we never do see anyone in there. The Nuka-Cola Cafe, I forget the proper name of it, right now, is always full of people from all over the Bleachers and even some people from Diamond City. So it will be intriguing. Dan, are you stuck behind a ladder? He is. But it'll be intriguing to see if Terry is taking over the place. It'll be quite interesting to see her actually, you know, hopefully bringing the place back to life. You gonna go, Dan? I was gonna wait for you to go first. I want to see everyone there before me. Oh, hello, Harkins. How are you? Long time no see. Okay, Dan's not going. I'm just gonna go ahead of him. But yeah, at least that'll be one good side to Terry being around if she is taking over the Slocum Joes. That maybe there'll be some more traffic there. Oh, God, no. Oh, Lieutenant Dan did make it through.
Diamond City is the place to live, I tell you.
Back into the useless tunnel. And Dan, be quicker. I assume maybe when everyone's at the Slocum Joes, they're gonna be talking and doing things, and I want to see that. So I need you to be over there, please. Quick as a bunny. Come on. I mean, we gotta wait 48 hours anyways. I don't think we're gonna be getting to the next quest today. Oh God, who's behind you? Oh, you're coming back. Oh. Oh no, that was Lily. She went to go take off her power armor. I thought it was the sniper lady, Harkins. Oh, I forgot Lily was gonna go take off her power armor. Okay, that was quick of you. Yeah, you're quicker than Dan. Alright, let's see them all interacting in the Slocum Joes. I'm excited to see this. Not excited to see Terry again, but... Come on, Slocum Joes being a new spot where people actually do things in this world. That'd be fun. You can skip the rocket fuel quest at any time by using the Fens Sheriff's Department control holotape. I assume that's what this is. Yeah, there's actually people in here and a piano going, and yup, Terry's behind the counter. So... Oh, have a seat? Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, that seat right there, cool. Who else we got in here? Oh, Whitworth. I forgot you existed. Alright, cool, sit down.
Hey, who pushed all these tables together?
Terry.
Oh, God. Oh, maybe I should have skipped
Gary's
it.
new girl. You haven't met yet. I'm Crenshaw. Gary and the others from DC call me Iggy, so you can too.
Terry.
Very nice to meet you, Terry. Any friend of Gary's is a friend of ours.
Yeah, not mine, though.
Terry?
Not at all. It's fine. Just not used to seeing anyone really give a damn about this place. Those tables haven't been moved since I've been here. What's the occasion?
Terry.
Celebration for her taking over the place?
That's so sweet, Terry. And creative, I'll give it that.
Well,
That
what
was
is it?
very thoughtful of you, Terry. We are honored to be part of your grand opening.
Okay, what's grand opening?
This
There we go.
explains why Gary told me to get down here. Mind if I join you?
Not at all,
Not at
Whitworth.
all. Please do, Whitworth.
So you're Terry, huh? Nice to meet you.
Terry?
Of course, where are my manners? I'm Whitworth. I live 2 doors down from you. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Terry?
The boom booms, bang bangs, and stabby stabbies. Gary
That's
doesn't
a one way to
have
put
much
it,
use
sure.
for my store, but my customers keep him in business. Ha!
I don't know,
That's,
doctor, he might need some
That's
stabbies for,
weapons dealer
scalpels.
humor.
Terry?
This looks like an entirely new cafe. Very impressive.
Terry?
I really don't
I
remember what it
agree.
looked like last
This
time I
room
was in
was in
here,
need
which
of
was
a
literally
makeover.
yesterday.
God damn, Terry. This is some serious gourmet shit.
Fuck me. I haven't had coffee this good since before the war. How'd you get ground so fresh?
Terry.
I'm guessing the doctor
Good
growing
is
coffee.
essential for morale. I'm glad we finally have some.
Terry made quite the impression during her debriefing with Lieutenant Dan and I. Thank you for bringing her home safely, Lily.
It was my pleasure. And well worth it for coffee like this.
Again, I did all the work.
So, you guys ever figure out what those raiders wanted with all those vault supplies she had for the department? They were loading them on a boat.
I mean, it's stuff
Terry.
to steal.
Lieutenant Dan reached out to Bunker Hill to try to find out more information on them. We heard back from Kessler. Lieutenant,
If Kessler was a good leader, those raiders would have been dead years ago. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Huh?
Yes, Kessler relayed some very useful information about this gang. Unsurprisingly, she has dealt with and paid ransoms to them before.
Okay.
Apparently, kidnapping and ransom of paying Bunker Hill customers is their MO.
Oh, they're dead
who have
now.
yet to settle their bills with Bunker Hill. If the customer owes Bunker Hill 1,000 caps, they will ransom their victim for 500, for example. And Kessler usually pays. It would seem, Terry, that your idea of hiring Stockton to move your cargo is what saved you from their other MO.
Uh-huh.
Terry?
That being if they kidnap someone who doesn't owe Bunker Hill money or Kessler doesn't pay.
Exactly. These raiders are widely known to sell said kidnapping victims to the gunners for 100 caps. Everyone assumed for slavers. Kessler's message was delivered in an envelope that contained another message. This one from Lucas Miller.
Okay.
Lucas Miller just happened to be leaving Bunker Hill after one of these failed ransoms, heading north along the coast in his usual route. He saw one of these exchanges take place from a distance. The raiders accessed a door with a keycard and entered. A few minutes later, the raiders came back out without the kidnapping victim and went on their way. But here's why Lucas sent the message. It happened in front of Vault 816, a stop on his route.
Yep,
Occupied
send
by
him
a
to the
very
colonel.
cloistered but rather benign sect of the Children of Adam.
The Children of Adam ain't into slavery. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're into a lot of wacky shit. But the meat market ain't one of them.
Well, we literally just learned it's
Lucas has access to
it's
that
not them
vault.
there.
He's the only merchant they let in the last few years, and it pisses off the other merchants to no fucking end. None of them could get in to do business, no matter how hard they tried. Now it's starting to make sense. They were trying to hide it from too many eyes.
They may have a dedicated route, but talk to the other caravans on the road. Lucas is famous for being the only merchant they let into that entrance. They let him do business with them when nobody else can even get their foot in the door. Literally. We always thought he might be a closet cultist. Tell me he's not in on it.
That doesn't fit his personality. Lucas, above all else, doesn't want to get involved in trouble. He's not the type to ask questions.
Yeah,
He
that
would
makes
not
sense.
compromise a paying customer unless this was a very grave issue for him. He had nothing to gain by sending us that message. That he felt compelled to put his neck on the line and sent a message to us at all speaks volumes about his revulsion to slavery.
Okay.
I've known Lucas for years, and I've never heard a better description of him than that just there.
Sheriff ain't lying. Lucas has the personality of a dead bloodworm.
Ha!
Nice, cold one. He say anything else? He stopped by to do business?
Terry?
He did, only an hour later. He said nothing looked out of the ordinary on the inside. He didn't see the victims, and he did business with cultists.
This is starting to add up.
It is. The last piece of the puzzle came with the cargo manifest on the boats that Terry's shipment was being transported on.
Okay.
Cargo manifest? The hell kind of raiders are these? These guys don't even wipe their asses.
I ain't never heard of no raiders keeping a cargo manifest. Most of them can't even read.
The kind of raiders who are dealing with a meticulous and well-funded gunner splinter group that resides in Vault 816. Lieutenant?
The cargo manifest said Terry's shipment was to be brought to Vault 816 for a sizable fee, most likely to restock the occupants.
That would make sense, yes.
In light of that evidence, we think we know what's going on now, and it supports the assertion that Dunmore has made about gunners in Vault 816. We believe that this Colonel individual is indeed in this vault, that his unit successfully rooted out and exterminated the Children of Adam there. In order to avoid suspicion, they've kept up the cult facade. So well, in fact, it fooled Lucas Miller. We know that he had an entire group in Vault 75 devoted solely to kidnapping for the Institute, which was shut down by Crenshaw and Lily's sidekick.
God damn it, I hate being called that.
He's doing the same with these kidnapping victims. His need for funding only gets more dire with each setback we deal him.
You can say it, Dan. We turned those fuckers into a pile of hamburger in that tunnel.
Yeah,
Trapped
really
them
did.
like rats in a meat grinder.
That would not be an inaccurate comparison.
This all started years ago when the Gunners decided to try and overthrow Diamond City and occupy it as their new capital. And failed. By now it's safe to assume you've all heard the story of what we did to those Gunners and why they've never attacked since.
Well, until
This
recently.
colonel was tasked with the operation. He recruited whole families of Gunners to join the assault. The intended new occupants of Gunner City. It would seem we then killed and hung entire families of Gunner POWs, including the colonels when we repelled the assault and sent them a message. Without a shred of irony, he has taken this personally and made it his duty to take out our organization, even splitting from the Gunners to do it. His plan was funded by the Institute in return for kidnapping victims, a task handled by this O'Brien Crenshaw killed in Vault 75.
Yeah, no, I'm the one who killed him.
Except O'Brien got greedy and disobeyed orders to stay away from us. Orders intended to keep from arousing our suspicion.
Yeah, full move
His
on that, O'Brien.
unsanctioned kidnapping of Lily garnered our attention like no other kidnapping victim would. When O'Brien's files were compromised, this colonel had to move up his timetable. Which brings us to the herbicide in the cistern water. A dead greenhouse alone could have ended our organization, if not for the electrolytic detectors in the water purifier shutting down delivery. The greenhouse is the lifeblood of our organization and our most important asset. And we were only a few gallons of water from losing it. Measures have been and are being taken to ensure this never happens again. But we're only here because we got lucky, not because we were prepared.
Very true. Granted, it'd be super easy to take out
Apologies.
that greenhouse
I'm
anyways.
very angry with myself over the entire situation. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
We traced the ID card used to access the cistern to a deputy who was killed on the east side of Boston some months ago. As Lily knew a resident in the area, we sent her to ask questions. She and her sidekick stumbled upon the
Damn it.
unit tasked with poisoning the cistern.
I should go back and visit that guy.
Ended
I
on
wonder if we
like
can have a drink.
yesterday's news is what I heard. Good going, Lil.
I'm just sorry I didn't get to hang any of them.
I'm just glad you were okay. The intel Lily recovered revealed the scope of this operation, and a number of other clues, but did not help us locate the Colonel, so we had to wait. The next stage of the Colonel's offensive was the occupancy of the Atom Cat's garage as a diversion for attacking our front gate. We were able to take the garage back and repel their assault thanks to some brilliant tactics planned by Dr. McClintock.
She's gonna be the best maid at my wedding.
Maid of honor.
Terry. Whatever.
It's amazing we get through any briefing, much less these informal ones.
Sorry.
We repelled that attack, due in part to those tactics which let us take the Atom Cat's garage with a smaller force. As Lily observed, the attack on our main gate ended with them trapped in a tunnel under the police rationing site. We took no prisoners.
What happened to that one you took? I saw her in the jail cell when we got back with Spears.
Her
Yeah, it looked dead to me.
information proved vital in locating the Dunmores. Once we were sure it was correct, we did what we do to gunners. Which brings us to the Dunmores, where we discovered that the Colonel is residing in Vault 816, most likely having slaughtered the original occupants. These revelations about the raiders that kidnapped Terry, as well as Lucas's message, all support a gunner presence there as well. Confidence is extremely high, and we are done sitting and waiting for him to move.
Get it.
Alright. So, what are we doing?
I have no idea. The place is reportedly a fortress even before you reach the main gate door. The cultists were very concerned about persecution. What I do know is that charging headlong into situations like this and pushing every flashing button we see is never the best approach.
I don't know. It's worked
always
out for
worked
me.
For me.
We need to formulate
Okay,
options.
me and you, Lily.
Unconventional ones. So, if you will all excuse us, Lieutenant Dan and I must meet with Dr. McClintock.
Okay.
Terry, this coffee was superb. We are lucky to have you. I hope you have a successful grand opening.
Terry.
Lily, report to my office with your sidekick in 24 hours. We may need you again.
I get to do the work again? When are you gonna start paying me? Why this time?
We do pay you, and well.
Oh, yeah.
You know how important PSYOPs and public relations are to the functioning of this organization. The general population knows the faces of my lieutenants by design. It serves us well in both diplomatic and military efforts.
Makes sense?
That makes the two of you my most experienced fighters, with faces the Colonel's men won't instantly recognize.
Wait,
If
what?
there's a front to our operation, it will be the two of you. So rest well, enjoy your ample pay, and report to me in 24 hours.
I would
Understood?
think they'd know
I got
Lily.
your
She's
back,
like one of the
Lily.
most famous people
We
here.
all do.
Heck, that's a pretty damn good reason. Okay then. See you tomorrow, Sheriff.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Until tomorrow, then.
So Terry, you know me and Gary are best buddies, right? He told me a bit about you, but I want to hear your side.
Oh, God, no.
Terry?
No.
Well, I guess at the beginning, Gary doesn't get out much. He's a healer, not a fighter. How did he meet someone from a vault so far away?
Also, Crenshaw's head is disturbingly still.
Terry!
Really? And that's how you guys met? From hundreds of miles away?
Yeah, it's one of those things that sound like common sense after you hear about it.
Terry!
You know, I would have loved to
Guys,
know, but we're just
we
getting
heard about
Terry.
a grand opening.
Hi,
Mind
Sister
if
Luna.
me and Gavin join you?
Terry!
Boy, I
Yeah,
thought we were done
sure.
after Sheriff said
Make
she's
some
got to go.
room.
How's it going, guys?
Evan said we were crowding him, so we're headed over here. He wanted us to know that he's a big boy now and doesn't need a babysitter.
Huh?
Oh, he's over there right now? I gotta remember to go say hi.
Speaking of, we asked him if being a big boy meant no more bedtime stories. He definitely still wants his stories.
Ha.
So I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
I'll make sure to get one when I say hi then.
Tari was just telling us how she met Gary from so far away.
Oh, yeah? Well, how'd you do that?
Terry.
Really? Well, why the hell didn't I think of that?
No shit.
Really getting bored of
I
this
thought
joke.
Barb was an out-of-the-box thinker.
Language?
Aw, give me a break, hon. Evan ain't here.
Terry.
See, even Terry agrees. She makes a good point.
No, she doesn't. She
Oh,
just
this
says
is
Terry.
such bullshit.
Terry.
Don't sweat it. I'll stop by next time you're at the gate and you can curse for 15 minutes straight. How's that sound?
I appreciate that more than you know.
Ha.
Hey, you remember that idiot I
Hey,
was
sometimes
talking
everyone
about
needs
the
to
other
vent.
day? One who dresses up like a security guard and stands behind Dummy Sullivan?
Yeah, the annoying one, right?
You believe he tried to show up dressed as a deputy to a briefing the other day? He got his hands on our fatigues somewhere. He just walked right in the front door and tried to pass Oates like he belonged here. Oates was like, "What the fuck? No, who the hell are you?"
No way.
Yeah, he got plastic surgery again. We only pinned him because of his voice. Oates made him strip off the uniform right then and there.
Okay.
Then he made him walk out the front door in his tidy whities at gunpoint. I thought I was gonna pass out. I was laughing so hard.
Ha! I gotta shake Soak's hand for that one. He's my new hero.
So, Terry, if that's how you met Gary, how'd the two of you, decide to become a thing? At least, when did you know?
Terry.
Well, we came from almost as far north as you, an island called Far Harbor.
Terry?
That's a long story. We were raised in two different camps. I was in those weird Children of Adam because they fed me in exchange for armor work.
Fair.
Gavin was part of the local village, and to say the two communities didn't like each other was an understatement.
Oh, yeah.
They shot each other on sight.
Terry?
We met by chance. Each of us was away from the community doing our jobs, and, well...
I totally boned her in the woods.
Nice.
Was it a hardwood forest?
Damn, Whitworth. Damn.
Terry.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Gavin!
What? It's the truth.
As I was about to say before being cut off, Terry, Gavin and I met by chance. And there was just... well, you know when you know. And when we saw each other...
I knew it the moment I laid eyes on her. She was taking a bath in a pool, naked as a mole rat, when I stumbled into the clearing.
Ignore him, Terry. The point is, that one chance encounter led to our first planned date, and then another. And don't you say it, Gavin.
Say it,
A lot
Gavin.
of
Say
private
it.
places out in those woods.
He said it.
Nice.
Is that your only response,
Long
Crenshaw?
story short, Terry, we fell in love. We hid it for a good long while, but when I got pregnant with Evan, everything changed. My people would have killed me and the baby. Gavin would have never been allowed to see me again. We had to do something. Everything became about how to save Evan. We booked passage on a boat, captained by someone who wouldn't ask too many questions. It wasn't a pretty trip. He ferried us across the water at the shortest point, took our caps, and told us to get lost. But it was all we needed. His tongue may be as sharp as Lily's, but Gavin here kept us safe and fed for weeks in the open wastes while we made our way down here.
I love you too, hun.
That there's a real nice man, Luna. You hold on to him.
He's alright, it
You
seems.
have no idea, Crenshaw. Him standing over me and Evan while I was giving birth, blasting those synths to hell with Lily.
It's getting a little hot in here.
Terry.
Surprisingly sexy in retrospect, given the circumstances, Terry. Okay, I answered your questions. Maybe a little too thoroughly.
Maybe a little, yeah.
Now, how did you and Gary hit it off?
Terry.
Whoa, slow down, Terry. Start at the beginning.
God,
We're all
please
friends
don't.
here.
Please
Terry.
don't.
Yeah? And then?
Terry.
Was that before or after the Deathclaw?
The freaking what?
Terry.
The entire stronghold? By yourself? Impressive.
Terry.
Good, I was
Yeah,
really hoping we wouldn't
that's
deal with
one of the
Terry too
things
much after we
latex is
brought her here.
used for.
Damn it, Lily.
Terry.
A mute fruit? In his head? And you just sewed it back up?
Terry.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Terry.
Ugh,
It's getting
I
all-
love
just
Gary's
move it
poetry,
along.
too. So romantic. No wonder you fell for him.
Terry.
Oh, you know what they say. There's someone out there for all of us. You just have to find them.
I always figured it was a matter of finding someone compatible. There's got to be more Garys out there.
Please
Oh,
no.
don't be ridiculous. There's only one Gary.
Well, there were
And she
many of them,
found
but
him.
they're all dead now.
Just be happy for her.
Yeah,
killed him in
they
Fallout
broke
3.
the mold when they made Gary. I guarantee you there's nobody else like Gary out there.
No, there were. Well, there aren't now,
Yeah,
but.
we're lucky to have him.
Are we now?
Terry.
Jeez, okay. There's only one Gary. Got it. Don't throw me in the lockup. I just meant more people like him.
So I gotta ask here, Terry. You hired Stockton to move the stuff from your safe house to us? But how'd you get all that to the safe house on your own?
Terry.
Well, that explains that. I'm gonna have you train my scavers. They could learn a thing or two from you.
Tell me about it. She's full of good ideas.
Speaking of my scavers, if you guys will excuse me, I got some boring officer roster shit to do.
Sounds awful. You have fun with that.
It's as boring as it sounds, but the faster I get it done, the faster I can get back out there. See you guys later.
Later, Crenshaw.
Terry.
Sir,
Later on, Crenshaw.
See you later, Crenshaw.
Terry.
What? Oh, yeah, that's me. I mean, Babs grows the cotton, of course.
Terry.
All the textile operations I learned from my father, rest his soul, at a tannery in Far Harbor. He died when I was maybe 12. Fogcrawler got him.
Yeah, that'll happen over in Far Harbor.
Yeah, he taught me the armor stuff too. I used it to earn my stay with the Children of Adam cult. They had a lot of old military armor to fix up. I don't know how far north you're from, but the cultists up there have some of the best conventional armor Caps can buy today. That's all me.
Terry.
No, I never bought into that stuff. I didn't join because I wanted to. I was a young girl, suddenly on her own. They had shelter and hot food.
Terry.
you kidding me? My people are a bunch of inbred xenophobes. She was an outsider on the other side of the island, not one of them. They'd just as soon have let her starve than let another person into that tiny, closed-off community. No,
Yeah, sounds about right.
Luna went to the right people to stay alive.
I paid lip service to their weird shit and towed my line in the armory. And they gave me protection and food. Not a bad deal compared to starving to death in the woods, if you ask me.
Terry.
So, Terry, which vault are you from, anyway?
Terry.
Never heard of it. Of course, I'm no vault expert either. Where is it?
Terry.
Dang, that's a long haul. But the Gare Bear's worth it.
Hey,
Would have loved
I
to know where
that
she was
is.
from, but okay.
It's way up north in the Annex Zone. I've never been there, but I heard caravans mention it from time to time. And it's still functional? That's only the second one I've ever heard of still working. The other one is Barb's old vault.
That's up north in Canada. That must have been one of the last vaults made. Most were commissioned by the government before the annexation. Probably explains why it's still working.
Terry?
Well, you figure if Vault-Tech had built almost 100 vaults in this country by the time they started on yours, that means they had the time to learn and perfect the technology, materials, and techniques.
And their experiments.
Vault-Tech didn't half-ass construction. Just
Well.
everything else.
Well, they had to have
Your
ass construction
ancestors
sometimes
didn't
too.
have to go through some sort of ordeal and get chopped into food for a Vault-Tech experiment, did they?
Terry.
What sort of genetic experiments?
Terry.
What's that mean?
It means they made copies of living things, I think. Probably for livestock and crops. I've heard Babs use the term before. We should ask her.
No, it's a vault full of
That's
Terrys.
exactly what it means.
Well, I'm glad you got your ass out of there before they did any weird genetic stuff on you.
Yeah, no, it already happened. Yeah, Terry's keeping her mouth quiet on that because she knows.
Oh, hey, look who it is.
Oh my god, how long is this going?
Hey.
Oh god,
Hey,
no,
neighbor.
now it's Gary.
Terry.
Yeah, you got an amazing girl here, Gary.
Maybe
Definitely
we
a
should have skipped
keeper.
this. This has gone on way too
Terry.
long.
Yeah, she told us that already. I'm really happy for you, Gare Bear. This looks like it's really working out for you.
Gary.
And we love having you, Terry. And I have to add, this coffee is amazing.
God, I really do need coffee.
England.
Gary?
It's across the ocean, in Europe. Well, what's left of it.
Gary.
How did you get there? How did you get
I
here?
didn't. I came here before the war for a business trip.
Oh, that makes sense.
The bombs delayed my return flight by over 200 years.
Gary.
Yeah, I ain't never heard nobody who sounds like Whitworth either.
Terry.
Whitechapel Charlie. He's about as English as the Chinese. Assembled in Kansas from parts made in Mexico as a Mr. Farmhand he was. The thing talked like a bleeding redneck for 150 years before Hancock uploaded a new personality and put him in the third rail.
Oh, okay.
But there were a lot of countries that used that language. They all sounded a little different. England, Boston, up where Terry's from, you name it. I can even tell you what part of London you're from by your accent. If there was anyone else here from London.
Gary.
Yeah, really bad timing. I was set to fly home the day after the bombs. Instead of seeing my family, I got my green card.
That's certainly a way to put it.
What now?
Green card. It's what the government gives foreigners to show they're allowed to stay in the country for as long as they want. It's just a bit of a bad joke. It's just been stuck here for 2 centuries. It feels like 100 lifetimes ago sometimes.
Gary?
I was a private contractor for the Foreign Office. Things weren't going well for us back then. The European Commonwealth had dissolved. There was a war with the petrol countries who were strangling Europe out of the market. That only led to more resource wars. It was every country for itself by then. And this country needed weapons badly for its own war. Weapons my government would supply. In fact, this country needed so many weapons that if the Chinese knew just how many we were sending over, they would have nuked us first. That's where my part came in. China warned my country not to supply the weapons, but we supplied them anyway, through unofficial channels. Me. The day before the bombs, I was in the Boston Federal Courthouse to ink a deal for literal shiploads of weapons to this country.
Ooh, neat.
Little did I know weapons would be raining down all over the planet before I could finish my trip and get back home.
Gary?
That's exactly why. I was a quartermaster in the military and knew my way around shooters more than most people. It was the only real skill I had after I got discharged for behavior unbecoming of His Majesty's service. It got me a job working for the very active and very profitable contraband arms market, with some rather unsavory characters.
Well, it is, weapons dealing. That's gonna
why
happen.
I got tapped by the Foreign Office. They needed my weapons knowledge and morally flexible contacts.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It sounded like a good job to me. Get first-class travel, see where Elvis lived, and experience your country for a bit. You know what I mean?
And then you got
Gary?
stuck here.
Elvis, the king. He was from this country, lived over 300 years ago. He was a singer and songwriter, real popular with the biker gang I ran with. In fact, running with that gang got me into so much trouble, I had to enlist in the military to avoid prison time.
And because McDonald was a dumb fuck, you're with us now.
Ha, yeah.
Fewer fleas up here than in field anyway.
Fair.
Gary?
Oh. I had 2 beautiful little daughters. My wife was the best mother to them. They were perfect. The sad part is, I think about them every day. But after 2 centuries, I can't remember their faces or the sound of their voices anymore.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Whitworth.
Gary?
I couldn't have said it better myself.
I mean, you really
know.
could have, McGilly. You really
know.
could have.
I came to my peace that I'm never going to see him again, alive or dead, a long time ago. Doesn't stop me from wondering, though. Don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful for you people. And you're my new family. I never thought the species would last this long after the war. Much less be sitting around a table drinking Luxabrew coffee 2 centuries later. You got something nice going on here with this stadium. The greenhouse, food, and those kids. You got some real breathing room. If you want my advice after 200 years, don't let go of that. Keep this as long as you can. Maybe make a few more kids while you're at it.
Fair enough.
You old softy. I'd kiss you if it probably wouldn't pull a scab off your head.
Gary?
Terry!
Gary?
Terry!
Oh,
Gary?
dear God, please stop.
Hey, we're trying to eat here, guys. He didn't say make the kids now. Get a room.
Yes, please. Please get a room.
Gary?
Also, what would their kids say?
She told you off.
She's got a sharper tongue
Would
than
they be
you
Larry?
do, Lily.
Not possible.
I gotta agree with Lily here.
Hey, Linda, how's it going?
Hey guys.
Oh, God,
Just
another
checking
one.
over
How
your
long is this
practice.
going?
You said something about a grand opening?
Hey, Linda. How's it going? Did you get a chance to use the new rounds I gave you the other day? You like them, any?
Hey, Whitworth. Yeah, I did. They're nice and consistent. Healy spotted for me, and we plinked a few mutants on top of Trinity Tower during lunch.
Trinity Tower? That's over a few couple clicks away in high winds.
I was there. The lieutenant blasted the shit.
We're off duty, Gavin.
Sorry, Linda. Habit. But as I was saying, yeah. I watched through my scope while Linda called out and brained a couple of them. You both do quality work.
Well, they ain't my work, but I've got a line of communication through Cricket with the lady who pressed him about a day's travel west of here. Remember that old town where Crenshaw and his crew got the cotton carder and the spinning wheel? It's not far from there. I can tell Cricket to pick up some more if you want. She should still be here in town until tomorrow.
Definitely get 'em while you can. Tell Cricket to clear that merchant out of her stock in that size and put in an order for me. Tomorrow's promised to nobody in this world, so we'll get them while the getting's good.
You know,
You
fair.
got it, Linda.
Get some good ammo.
Gary?
So, you're the one Gary's been telling us all about.
Oh, my God. How many times are we going to go through this?
Nice to meet you, Terry. I'm Linda, or Lieutenant Harkins for on-duty folks.
Gary?
Snipers. I head up the snipers for the department. Mostly, that involves teaching them to shoot straight and staying awake in a nest for 3 days.
Terry!
Yeah, well, we've known each other for over 10 years now at least. Right, Gary?
Terry.
I'm one of the ones who's been with the sheriff since the start. Can't remember when we met, I was so young. We shared cribs.
Speaking of which...
Oh god, here it comes.
No,
What?
no, I'm done asking you for her name. You guys won't ever give that up. It's like some sort of game for you now. I just have so much trouble picturing the sheriff as a kid.
Yeah, what was that even like?
Frustrating. She won almost everything growing up. First place, top of the class, time and again. The only thing I did better than her was snipe. Some of our less secure classmates came to really resent her for that. Found it easier to be her friend. She's not someone you want to make as an enemy.
Well, that's
She
definitely
ever,
clear.
You know, had a guy she liked or anything?
I thought once, maybe. I don't know. There was a guy in Dry Fountain she started spending a lot of time with. He had a daughter she liked.
Oh, that's the town in Pennsylvania, right? Where...
Yeah, that place. The whole thing with the Brotherhood started to unravel after we disobeyed orders and stayed to defend it from gunners. That man and his daughter were killed in that attack. A lot of us were. The burn marks on my face came from the same blast that took off her arm. If there was ever going to be a guy for her, it would have been him. She would have loved that little girl to her last breath.
Gary?
You're right. And that's why we don't talk about it around her.
I still
Fair.
can't imagine her as a little kid, running around with toys and playing games.
She didn't.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, it
None of
does.
us did, actually. Unless you
Yeah,
count
Brotherhood.
cleaning guns, orienteering, and ranging targets for snipers.
That explains a hell of a lot with you guys.
This is why I don't answer your questions more often.
Gary?
No. We weren't allowed. Your life is never your own when you're born into the Brotherhood. You don't realize that at first. Some never realize it. Real sneaky about it, too. You live, eat, breathe, and sleep Brotherhood until you believe you actually want to be there. Most younglings buy into the pride of the Brotherhood thing because they're never really given another option. They don't know any other way. Eventually, even if they realize they were born into it without any choice, they come to believe it's what they would have chosen anyway.
Terry.
It only sucks if you're aware enough to know it sucks. Suppose that's a silver lining, Gary.
Good old Stockholm Syndrome.
Hey guys. Iggy won't shut
Oh
up about
god,
the
now it's
coffee up
Spears
here.
getting added in.
Got room for one more?
There's my power armor, buddy. Up and around.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Jesus, seriously,
to
how
see
long
you
is this
feeling
going
better,
on?
Mark.
My god. We're 45
hey,
freaking
Mark.
minutes now.
Yeah.
Oh, 46 actually.
Pull up a seat.
Terry.
I promise I'll lay down if I get tired. But I ain't about to miss your girl's grand opening.
Gary.
Of course, it's the least I can do. I'm Mark. Just call me Spears.
Gary?
No, Spears. Plural. There's a S at the end.
Yeah, Spears, all she
Gary?
says is goddamn Terry
got
and
it.
Gary.
Nice to meet you, by the way. And a friend of Gary's is a friend of mine. The man's sold me up at least 3 times by now.
Terry.
5? Are you serious?
Terry.
I remember all 5 of the ones he's talking about, Mark. Sorry.
Well, that just means I'm tougher, is all. What are you guys talking about anyway?
They were pressing me to spill info on the sheriff. Again.
Oh, is that what today is?
Yeah, so, it's your turn to deal with them. Came here to practice anyway.
You're playing, Linda? Nice.
I am indeed. So if you'll excuse me, I'll be right over there.
Gary?
Oh, yeah. Most of the Brotherhood officers know an instrument. Or at least they used to before they gave it up after graduation. It's part of
Really?
the classical military training. Linda
Weird.
just never gave up practicing her instrument like the rest of us did. Hell, she even learned a couple more.
Gary!
It's very impressive. She relieved a lot of stress and passed a lot of time for the entire squad over the years doing that. It feels like home.
Gary?
I head up the mechanized units. I'm the power armor guy.
Spears likes power armor almost as much as me. Almost. He really tricked out my whip.
Gary!
Oh, it means he put a lot of mods on my frame and shell. When your job is to keep the rest of the department in power armor, your own set quickly becomes the most important one of the bunch.
Oh god. Here it comes. Never ask Lily about her power armor, Terry.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
Lily?
probably good.
Why don't you go pay Evan a visit before you get to talking about your power armor and can't stop?
Well, that's one way to tell me to shut up, I suppose.
It is.
And a damn effective one. Little guy's in his room, you said?
Yep, he's a big boy now. He's even taking visitors. Maybe you'll get lucky and he can pencil you in.
Yeah, go visit him while we get the dirt on you from your sidekick here.
Hey, I'll have you know, being an independent contractor for me is one of the most sought-after jobs in the Commonwealth.
Yeah, if you're into suicide.
Also, oh boy,
I
the
don't know
thing's
where
been
you
going
keep
on so
digging
long.
these
the-
people up.
Parole
my computer
office.
thought the game would
Now,
stop.
excuse me, I have a date with Evan. I'll be next door. Catch up with me when these guys are done interrogating you. Don't give away no trade secrets now. Beautiful song, Linda. Thanks for playing it.
My pleasure, Lily. See you later.
Sounds like a good time to make my exit as well.
Bye,
Thank
Whitworth.
you all for the company. This was excellent coffee, Terry. Given the state of the world today, it might very well be the best coffee in the world. Well done.
Gary!
See you later, Whitworth.
Terry.
Thanks for sharing the story, Whitworth. See you tomorrow.
Take care, my man. Thanks for showing up.
Gary!
Terry.
If he asks, tell Evan we won't be much longer.
Gary?
Okay, so yeah, I don't know how that's gonna pan out in the recording, but yeah, I hadn't moved the mouse in so long because we're just in one giant ass cutscene that my computer went, oh, you're not doing anything, so I'm gonna turn off your screens. Jesus, we're almost at 50 minutes. God, is there any way we can just end it, honestly? Give her the Vault Freeze story. Sorry, I don't really feel like talking about that right now. I'm gonna deflect. Yeah, just, this delicious coffee. How'd you brew it?
Gary.
All of them are gonna be
Nobody
just
here
make
is
it longer,
gonna
aren't
give
they?
it to you straight. But you signed up for one of the most dangerous jobs in Boston.
Yeah, really
I
not.
love her to pieces, but Lily's fucking crazy.
Yeah, she is.
I have no idea how she stayed alive this long. I just know her sidekicks never do.
Yeah, I'm the one doing all the damn work.
I've known her
I'm not
for
psychic.
a while. She's the fucking luckiest person to ever walk the face of the earth. Born under a good sign or something.
Probably has a guardian angel to boot.
She has a guardian angel, a T-53 Mach 6 power armor lining, a targeting software suite with eyepiece, and a second-gen EXC-17 servos in her frame. The sheriff was pretty clear about where we put the resources. Lily could hug a mini-nuke when it went off, or bench press a bus, no problem.
Or shove a dude's head up his ass.
No other power armor I've seen in all my years has 2 fusion cores for ripping a turret off a tank or throwing boulders. Best single unit I ever made, including Brotherhood Elders and the Sheriff's power armors.
Get it?
Gary.
Yeah, that's a pretty damn good guardian angel.
So you roll with enough of us now. What do you think of our little organization? I hope we made an impression.
I mean, I actually do want to ask because I want to become a deputy so I can get better crap and go into those other places.
Probably not, but that's only because
Son
nobody
of a-
knows you. The sheriff is real big on loyalty. She has to be with all the synth activity.
Well, goddamn you all then. Yeah, you know what? You know Lily burned a bunch of raiders alive, right?
She always was efficient. Makes for a good courier.
It really wasn't efficient, though. It really wasn't at all. Yeah, you know, they're probably gonna have the same reaction to all of them. I'm just gonna move it along. I might have hooked up with the wrong outfit here. Really? That's our one that moves us along?
Nobody's forcing you to be here. That's the Brotherhood you're thinking of. Door to the south is the fastest exit.
Terry?
Gary.
Terry? Terry?
You too, Gary. Take care.
Later on, Gary.
Bye, Gary.
Oh, so they're leaving. Thank
So
God.
Iggy says you guys struck pay dirt on the gunner that poisoned our water and took the Adam Catch hostage, huh?
Oh my God, how long is this going for? Yeah, he's in Vault 816. The briefing's tomorrow.
That's what Iggy said. Something about a giant vault that used to be inhabited by the children of Adam.
Yeah.
Terry.
816.
Terry.
I agree, it is an odd number. Well, it's an even number, but it's definitely outside the recognized government range.
Terry.
I don't suppose it made the trip with you from your vault?
Terry.
You give Lieutenant Dan enough time, he'll probably find out more about it. But we ain't got that kind of time. Those gunners are gonna keep hitting us again and again until we put a stop to them. They've been beaten by us I don't know how many times. They just don't learn.
They really don't.
Whatever the vault was for, we'll just have to wait until we can reach some terminals inside the place.
Doesn't matter what it was for. It's about freaking time we moved. I know I'm not the only one who's had it up to here with these gunner attacks.
I have to agree with Gavin. I think most of us do.
Speaking of moving, Gavin, I believe you promised me some time in the greenhouse.
Oh my.
You're right, I did. Let's get going before I get started on another rant.
Please
See you later,
do.
guys. Tell Bob I said awesome planning with the Adam Catch garage.
Terry.
Easily the best coffee I've ever had, Terry. I'm glad you're here with us.
I have to agree. See you around, neighbor.
Beautiful music as always, Linda. Thank you.
Of course. Enjoy the greenhouse.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce too. I still got a lot of repairs to do after all the fire folks took in the Mass Pike Tunnel.
Terry.
Congrats on the grand opening, Terry. And yeah, this coffee is the best. You're gonna fit in here just fine.
Terry.
That's my reminder to get back to work too, Terry.
Oh, sweet
I agree
Jesus,
with
yes, we're
everyone
free.
else. That was the best coffee I've ever had. Gary deserves to be happy. So do
Uh-huh.
you.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad you're here.
Uh-huh. Is it just leave? Is it just leave? Go find Lily. She should be with Evan. Oh my God, this quest still isn't done. You know what? I love a good lore dump and such and learning more about things, but Jesus Christ, that took too long. Just one giant, what, 40-minute cutscene? Holy crap on a cracker. Alright, well, we're finishing up this quest next time to go check on Lily with Evan. And, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully you have enjoyed this. Jesus. And come back for the next. But until that time, thank you for watching. As always, have a good one.